Winbrook Pride Arts and Entertainment, take one.
Good evening. My name is Damon Jones, your host of Winbrook Pride, when we keep people before politics, real talk for the community. Tonight we have Stephen Glover. He's a lieutenant of White Plains Fire Department, and he's the president of the Westchester chapter of the Vulcan Society, an organization of black firefighters throughout the nation and in New York. And tonight we're going to talk about the recent upcoming exam for the White Plains Fire Department and the importance of young minorities, men and women, people of color, being involved in civil service. How you doing, brother?
Good.
Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, Mr. Jones, for inviting me to be on Winbrook Pride tonight. It's an honor and a pleasure to be here.
Oh, thank you, brother. Let's talk about the upcoming exam. How is it important for young people, especially people of color, to take part in the exam?
First, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Stephen Glover. I'm a lieutenant with the White Plains Fire Department. I've been with the White Plains Fire Department over 20 years, 23 years. I'm the president of the Vulcan Society of Westchester, organization of black professional firefighters from across the country. Getting the point of having this exam is to get young black men and women to take opportunity of a great career in the fire service. Basically, some of the things you need is just a high school diploma and take advantage of this opportunity that could help you be very respected in the communities and make you a better person and help you grow.
A lot of people see firemen from what they see on TV and what they know in general, but the average fire person's life, like the hours that they work, and the training that they do. Can you explain some of that?
Sure. The first thing you have to do to get on the fire department, you're gonna have to take a written test and pass a written test. There's a physical agility test, which is approximately 7 events. Time events, that will put you on the list.
Okay.
And the whole process will take about 2 years.
It takes
2 years. A typical day in a firehouse is you come in the firehouse. We work 24-hour shifts now.
Okay.
So we come in at 8 o'clock in the morning and you leave 8 o'clock the next morning. But a typical day in the firehouse is you come in at 8 o'clock, you check your equipment, you check your all the tools and equipment you may have. If you're on the engine or the truck, then you have to do housework. When I say housework, the young firefighter, all firefighters have to clean and mop the firehouse. Then typical day is you may have a call. We do all kind of calls, car accidents, house fires, inspections, training is a big thing in our department. What keeps young people away from our job is that I hear all the time, I don't want to go in a burning building.
Right.
And I try to tell them, you're trained to do this.
Right.
You don't get the job today and just go in a burning building. You're trained. It's trained every day. We train every day. We go to the Westchester County training facility in Valhalla, New York. We train, have live fires. Our main thing is train, be safety, make sure I'm safe, you're safe, because at the end of the day, my responsibility as a fire officer to make sure everyone I work with goes home safe that night.
That's good. That's good. Young people, I mean, it's a problem in law enforcement. It's a problem in civil service to get young minorities on the job. have we progressed since in the last 30 years, or are we, from what you see, are we going backwards?
We are not progressing. From what I see, we are maybe staying the same or regressing or degressing, because all the consent decrees are being challenged. 30 years ago, we had to go to court to get these jobs,
Right.
all the civil service jobs. Now 30 years has passed. A lot of the young men and women that got on the job are retiring, and we're not being replaced because we don't know the importance of this job and how it could help you in your community and help you raise a family.
That's right.
You know, these jobs are very, very important for us to be out in the community. And that's the reason why I'm here today,
Right.
to show the young people. I came from New York City, came up here, and I got a great job. And it's not really a job, it's, I should say, excuse me, it's a career.
That's right.
These are careers that you need to take advantage of, and it'll help you be a better person in your community, and your families are very proud of us to have these jobs. They're a little uneasy because we do the fire, police, the correction. They're not, my mother's not too comfortable with that in the beginning, but she's comfortable with it now.
Right.
But once they see you grow,
Right.
they're very appreciative of what you're doing, and you're a role model for your community.
That's right.
Believe it or not, and I take that role wholeheartedly.
That's right. Now, is there a residency requirement with White Plains?
Yes, you have to be a resident of White Plains 3 months prior to taking the written exam.
Okay, and then once you're on the job, is there any probationary period that you could move out, or you have to stay in the city?
Yes, you can move out after the probationary period is over, which
Okay.
is a 1-year probationary period for all firefighters and all promotions.
Okay.
But you know, once you on a job, you don't need to. That probationary period is not anything to do with residency.
Okay.
Once you
Okay.
get promoted.
Okay. Now, with back to when we're talking about young people, because I think it's a key topic when we discuss, especially young people. I didn't know you just needed a high school diploma to become a fireman.
That's one of the benefits of this job, to have a high school diploma. And I try to tell young people, this is where you could find yourself at. You know, if you get your high school diploma, with our work schedule, you can't go back to school. I've seen guys on the job go back to school and become lawyers.
Oh, of course.
You know, so
Of course.
you have to get your foot into the door
That's right.
with a high school diploma and advancement. You become, right now, I'm also a code enforcement officer, but there's other areas you could go into: code enforcement, arson investigator, hazmat technician, safety officer, training officers. The fire service is more than fire suppression, which a lot of young people don't know.
Right.
They think all we do is just sit in the firehouse and wait for a fire, but there's other things that a lot of officers, a lot of firefighters go to do, specialize in their training, and you need to take advantage of this opportunity, because it's a great career that I feel that young people, young African American males and females, need to take advantage of, because it can help you raise your family. It will help you raise your family.
That's right. And there's good health benefits and everything that go along with that.
Yes. We have a medical plan, which is decent. You know, right now we're into negotiating contracts with that, but overall you still have a good health plan. You know, and your work hours are very flexible. That's one of the benefits of the job: the flexibility of your work hours and the things you could do while you're on duty and while you're off duty. And it's a family, you know, it's a family atmosphere.
Yeah, I'm a stickler for health plan with public safety workers. I do not believe that we should pay out of our own income into healthcare because of the dangers that we face. Police officers, even EMS and fire and fire firemen and firewomen. That has been a battle between the public safety unions and
Yes.
municipalities. Can you expound on that?
Well, I'll answer it this way. When I first got on the job 23 years ago, I was told when I retire, I have my full medical plan. And that, as a young person, you don't really think of that then.
That's right.
Because you feel like you might be a little indestructible. But as I'm getting older, my health plan means a lot to me. And once I signed up, I was promised at the end of my career, I wanted to pay for my health benefits. And that doesn't sit well with me. Now you want me to pay whatever percentage you want me to pay for my health benefits. And I'm not too happy with that because I need my health benefits more now than I needed 20 years ago.
That's right.
I don't totally agree with that paying for our health benefits right now. And also, like you said, because of the job we have, it's a dangerous job every day. 1 minute you're sitting down having lunch, and the next minute you it could be at a car accident, a major fire, or any kind of emergency in the city of White Plains.
That's right. And you, like the police officer or the correctional officer, when you respond to a situation to save somebody's life, you don't know their health condition. You don't know if that person has HIV or hepatitis or any disease that you can catch while in the process of saving that person's life. Correct?
Yes. When we respond to any kind of alarms, our first thing is we leave the firehouse. It's sizing up. How are we going to get there? We need to get there safe. We have to see. We have to understand where we're going. The driver needs to know where he's going, how are we going to get there, and try to figure out the situation just by a phone call on what we heard on the radio from the dispatcher. So when we get there, we could have an idea how to handle this emergency.
Right.
And we do this all in 2 to 3 minutes.
Right. Right.
And it's stressful for each and every one of us.
Right. And stress is another thing. Once you get older, high blood pressure, hypertension, those are another issues. As you said, once you start getting older, you come across these different diseases or these different illnesses that affect your body just from working that type of job over the years.
There's been studies around about hearing the tones go off in a firehouse, how your body reacts to it.
Wow.
I'm not too familiar, but I know that once you hear some tones, your body changes, your heart rate speeds up. For an older guy like me, I'm blessed with fairly good health, but your heart rate races up.
Yes.
So now you have to try to bring that down and handle your emergency. So it's a very stressful job if you don't take care of your health while you're on the job, because you might not make it to the end of your career.
That's right.
And you want to go home to your family. Your family is the most important thing on this job and in everyday life.
That's right. Now, the unions. I mean, this is just a quick question. All the public safety unions, I haven't in the press seen them really being outspoken on what our job entails. Part of unions' jobs is to inform the public on what we do, not just what they see. They see the police officers out there, they see the firemen come to a fire, maybe on their block or driving in the fire truck, but they don't really understand. Do you feel that it's more public awareness on public safety should be to the community?
Yes. I don't think the public really knows, as far as the police is not always there to arrest you.
Right.
The policeman could be your friend.
That's right.
in our neighborhood, it's hard to say that, but they can be your friend. They there to help diffuse
Right.
situations before they get out of hand.
Right.
And our job is we do inspections. We're trying to inform people how to prevent fires.
Right.
But when we come to emergency, yes, they may be glad to see us because your house is burning. But
Right.
if we could educate you on fire prevention, how to prevent a fire, you wouldn't have all this. You wouldn't see us in a panic.
That's right.
And the unions, I think they may be trying, but I'm not sure if the public is really acceptable to hearing that. Because they look at, we do certain things, or they never, a cop is never there when you need them.
Right.
When you saw this accident happen or something happen, he's never there. A fireman, we're just sitting in the firehouse doing nothing.
Right.
But we're training every day.
That's right.
The police officers are training every day.
That's right. That's right.
But the public is not aware, of what we actually do. It's just that a misconception of how the public sees us.
Yeah.
And education to the public is very, very vital, for us because we are the community.
That's right.
We are the community.
That's right. Let's go on real quick. Black Firefighters Vulcan Society won a big lawsuit down in New York City. Explain what went on down in New York.
Well, here is Amsterdam News. The Vulcan Society of Westchester of New York City just won a lawsuit regarding the testing in New York City. New York City has over 1,100 firefighters, and the fire service all over across the country is predominantly white males.
That's right.
New York City, over 1,100 firefighters. There's approximately 3% black males, 6% Hispanics, and New York City there's 4 black females and 5 Hispanics. For a city whose population is over 52% minorities, black and Hispanics. I'm not a mathematician, but those numbers don't seem correct.
Oh, not at all.
So the lawsuit, which they just won, is regarding now they have to hire some or more black males and Hispanics.
Now that's are they hiring just in New York City, or is that open up to people in outside of the 5 boroughs?
Oh, that exam goes from, you could be anyone in the 5 boroughs. New York City is
right.
I'm not too clear, but I'm quite sure it's the 5 boroughs and Westchester and Long Island.
Okay.
So the list they may be looking into is 2 tests. The 99 test and I think the 2002 test. They can have a chance to look at some of these people who took the test, some of the applicants who took the test, and are able to get hired.
Great.
So because they feel that the exam was unfair, was biased to blacks and minorities. And some of the white males on the job, not all, when I read in the paper, they're not too happy with it. But the numbers are just not, not fair.
Right. Yeah, I saw in one of the articles they had a bunch of firemen standing outside the courthouse, and they were angry that that the judge's decision that the numbers should reflect a little more of the population.
Yes, it's the numbers don't match the city at all.
Right.
I mean, if you have over 90% of white males and only 3% of black males on that job, for a city that has over 50% of black males in employment age, is something wrong there.
Right.
Why the numbers are not closer? Why we should be a little closer?
Right. Now, are there any plans to give any practice exams or anything for people if they want to take the test? They don't have experience of civil service exams, is there any place that they could go to study for an exam like
For which
for the fire for this,
White Plains?
White Plains?
Yes.
Mhm.
Prior to let me get a little more clear, get a little clear about the White Plains. The last date to hire for applications to be accepted is November 8th, Thursday, November 8th at 8 p.m. Excuse me, 5 p.m.
Okay.
5 p.m. The test date is March 9th. And prior to all that, due to the Vulcan Society of Westchester, that we do give classes for the written exam, also practice exams for the physical agility test.
Okay.
To answer your question, yes, there are information out there prior to both exams, the written and the physical agility test.
Okay. Is there a number to call?
Yes, you can call personnel office, which is 422. What's the number? I think 13. Or you could go online for get an application, www.cityofwhiteplains.com, and you can download the application.
Okay. Is there a number for the Vulcan Society if they need to contact the Vulcan Society?
No, there's no number, but I don't want to get my personal number right now.
I understand that.
You know,
I understand.
but I'm in the community. I'm working in the firehouse off Lake Street. If you have, anybody has any personal questions,
come to the firehouse on Lake Street.
or they could come to any firehouse,
Okay.
honestly, and ask anyone about the exam.
Okay, great. Real quick, we got 3 minutes. We got the big debate tonight. President Barack Obama and Mitt Romney. What is your, as a man, civil service worker, knowing that we've been under attack through politicians as civil service workers. What is your take on the debate tonight and the presidential election?
Well, the presidential election, I think our president right now, Mr. Obama, President Obama, is doing a marvelous job, because he was handed, I think, one of the worst presidencies in this country. And it takes time, as he says, new election to move forward.
That's right.
And he's trying to move forward. And he's been saddled with a lot of obstacles along his way, from a lot of people. So I think he's doing a marvelous job trying to get through this sea of madness he's working in. And as far as the debate, I think he's going to do a great job on tonight with the Foreign Affairs. I think he's going to do a great job.
Yeah, I think he's going to bring forth. I mean, there's going to be the issue with Libya, of course, because of the ambassador that died, and he's going to move forward. We have to just, I think, is like some of the pundits said, really, like they're running for president of Ohio instead of, because it's based on just a couple of states now. We finally got it down to the science with this electoral college vote and what all that means since the Bush election. But we were also discussing the different tone in the presidency. Earlier we were just talking the different tone in the presidency on how the president is being treated, differently than any other presidents before. We're not throwing up the race card, but it's just a disrespect. And where do you see that's coming from? Because never in the history has a president been called a liar when he's giving an address to the nation.
I totally agree with that. Even that part, in the beginning of his presidency, some young lady pointing her finger at him, and you just don't do that to the president.
That's right.
I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to do a job.
That's right.
And you don't disrespect that office. It's just the same thing with in the civil service. You respect the rank, and he is the commander in chief.
That's right.
You must respect that.
That's
You
right.
may not like it, but it's that, you have to show that office respect. And I totally agree with you that he's getting a lot of people in this country are disrespecting the office.
That's right.
And all right. The question is, are we disrespecting the office and the man? Or, that's the question.
Or you just or you just don't have no respect for the man.
Right.
And that's something we will have to look for. And I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. Again, the deadline is November 8th. You could go to the City of White Plains website. I want to thank our brother Stephen Glover, president of the Westchester Vulcan Society, for giving us an insight on what it's like to be a fireman and getting young men and women to take the test, become firemen, protect their community. Firemen and women are part of public safety. And thank you again. Have a good night.